What's up, people? Here's my question that I want to ask. How can you tell somebody that's plainly showing you facts, or at least trying to show you some evidence, and you giving your own whole drawn out long opinion from 1985? You know what I mean? How could you tell a person, I don't want to hear, I don't want to hear that? But you claiming to hold up the standards and the principles of the Most High, and you don't even do no research on that. So that's the title of this video. How can you say I don't want to hear it when you ain't got no evidence? How can you say you don't want to hear it? You ain't got time. You ain't got time to learn who you are. Learn your nationality, your bloodline. Now, what I need people to understand is this. They say we all one human race. We ain't no one human race. Because how can you say that? Say something like that when he only chose 12? When the Most High only Yahushua only chose 12. The 12 patriarchs of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. How you gonna say that? Like, they say we are all God's people. We're not all God's people. Like, that's just like you as a black American, a so-called black American, like myself, you know what I mean, what we call ourselves, but we're not that. Those names are given by so-called oppressors. If you go over into China. If you go over into China and you are born and your bloodline is of a Hebrew Israelite, if you go over and live in China, does that make you a Chinese? Absolutely not. It doesn't make you a Chinese. Why? Why it doesn't make you a Chinese? It's because your bloodline, it's all about bloodline. It's not about color. It's not about none of that. It's really about your bloodline, your DNA. Like, they say that we can be adopted, the other people can be adopted as spiritual Israelites. No, that's impossible. They can't be. That's not true. Why do I say that? Because if I go to a man and he has 5 children, he never seen me before. At the end of the day, no matter if he adopt me as his stepson or whatever, that's still not going to make me a real, true bloodline of his DNA. So I think people need to look deeper, because the Most High, Yahushua, deals with bloodline. Now, some people say spiritual Israel. Yeah, spiritual Israel, but at the same time, you cannot be adopted as a natural born Israelite, because your bloodline, you're still like, if you're not a bloodline of an Israelite, that's not going to make, I just wanted to catch that stuff down there, that's not going to make you naturally be an Israelite, because it's all about bloodline. Like, if you try to go and plant an apple tree in Libya, let's say Libya, and the fruit or whatever the food they have may taste different, what you still gonna get? You still gonna get an apple tree. Why? Because you took an apple tree from over in Jerusalem, I'm just saying, and went and planted it over in Libya. It's still gonna be what it is. If my mother and father would have picked up and went to Libya, the city of Libya, and had me, or Ethiopia and had me, is that going to make me a Libya or Ethiopian? No, it's not. I'm still going to be the bloodline of my mother and my father DNA. You see what I'm saying? I'm not going to be a bloodline of an Ethiopia or Libya. I'm not going to be of the bloodline of Libya, because Libya is Libya, and and Ethiopia is Ethiopia. You see what I'm saying? Like Africa, for example. My mother and my father can go to Africa, and they could have went to Africa and had me. Does that make me an Africa? Now, let me explain something. The so-called Africa was named after 2 white men. So we're not Africa. Africans are the ones that sold us into to the white man. And all them other nations that they teamed up and helped the other nations to cut us off as a people, according to Psalms 83:1. Yeah. So how can you sit up and say you don't want to hear something when somebody is trying to prove something or proving something to you? It's about proof. It's not about you giving your own drawn out opinion and telling me, oh, well, I don't get carried away by every wind of doctrine and all that kind of stuff. You the one get carried away by it. Who said I was getting carried away by every wind of doctrine? The only way you're not carried about every wind of doctrine is you do your research. You can't sit up and just tell me that, although it may sound good and what you're saying and everything, it may be convincing what you're telling me, but you're not pulling not one precept of evidence of nothing. You're not showing me evidence of nothing that you went back and you looked up. You're not showing me no proof and no evidence. You see what I'm saying? You can't sit up there and tell me, well, everybody have the right to their own belief and everybody this and that. Yeah, I get that, but we're dealing with facts right now. So if you're not showing, the point is, you tell me everybody have a right to their own belief. What does that have to do with proof and facts? That ain't got nothing to do with no proof and facts. Telling me something about where everybody have a right to their own belief. You telling me, yeah, they have a right to their choice, but let's put choices aside and let's deal with the evidence. And see, that's what I tell people. Anybody that come to me and tell me stuff like that, okay, if they tell me, yes, you're getting carried away by every wind of doctrine, okay, yeah, let's see what the evidence say. Because that's not enough to convince me. What you're telling me, it's not helping me still. Only thing I'm learning is that everybody have a right to their own opinion. Everybody have a right to believe what they want to believe. Yes, but that's not a solid foundation of something real to lean on. And this is what I be trying to tell my people daily, all the time. But they hard-headed. They don't want to listen. But the reality of it is that I cannot go somewhere else and say this is my father, this is my mother, when that's not, when no matter how much I go over there and say, oh, they're my real father and my real mother, it's not going to exclude the fact that my DNA is my real mother and my father. You see what I'm saying? So one thing you cannot change DNA. No matter who you go and try to get to adopt you, you cannot do it. It's not going to make you that real person. It's not going to make you their real mother and father. Just like the Israelites. No matter how much you try to sit up and say that you are Israelite and you're Ethiopian or you are African or whatever, it's still not going to make you that person just because you call yourself that. You can call yourself an Israelite, but it's not going to make you that. Just like I can sit up here and say I'm a woman when I'm knowing I'm a man. I can't sit up here and call myself a woman when I'm knowing I'm born a man. And my DNA is that I'm a man. So people need to use facts and common sense, bro, when they be talking. Now, I don't know if I can upload this 8-minute video within here. We'll see what happens. I'm going to try to see if I can upload it. Peace and love. But how you going to tell people, how you going to say, I don't want to hear that? I don't want to hear that when it's evidence. That's the name of this video. I don't want to hear that when it's evidence. All right.